Hi, my friends. We have a very important lesson to learn today. A story of a man that went from grace to grass, so to speak. So let's read. A story has been related about a man who one day sat with his wife to eat a barbecued chicken. A beggar knocked on the door, and when the man went to answer it, he scolded the beggar and drove him away. It was the will of Allah that afterwards that same man should become poor and should be bereft of all material possessions. Because of his poverty, he had to divorce his wife. She married another man, and one day she was sitting with him to eat a barbecued chicken when someone knocked on the door. The man said to his wife, "Give this chicken to the man at the door." When she opened it, she was shocked to realize that it was her first husband. She gave him the chicken and returned, crying. Her husband asked her what was the matter, and she informed him that the man at the door was her previous husband. She then told him about the story of the beggar that her previous husband had scolded and sent away. And her husband said, "By Allah, I was that beggar." Eh? Plot twist. Hmm, this is so scary. And that man would have just done that thing like absent-mindedly, like not he didn't really think much of it. But this brings to mind again that this thing that I keep saying about how relevant every servant of Allah is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This man came to you hungry and is begging you for food. You are there eating. All he had to do, or he could have just easily said, "Okay, let me take a portion of this food and give to this person." But no, he chose to scold him. You know, the type of, "Oh, you people are so inconveniencing. Every time begging, 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 begging. God, I'm learning a serious lesson from this. Every time you be begging, begging, begging. Go, Joe." And then you scold this person. And then you sent the person away. You don't know the repercussion of your actions. We always, never, ever realize the repercussions of our actions. Absent-mindedly or nonchalantly, you just do something. And then tomorrow now, as Allah would have it, this man now became poor, did not have anything. Even the wife he had been eating with that day was taken away from him. Hey, Allahu Akbar. That wife now became the wife of that beggar that he sent away. And to fortunately for this beggar, the same thing happened, almost like a test. So, Allah is always testing us one way or the other. And fortunately for him, he carried food and gave him because I have been poor before. So he knows. Hey, God. Guys, I want you to talk to me, please. I want to hear your what is this telling this story? How are you feeling about this story? What is coming to your mind? What angles am I not looking at? Right? Talk to me. I want to hear your point of view on this story. This is an incredibly it's scary. Oh, it's giving me goosebumps. I beg. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to do right at all times. So, guys, before we close, let's read one short but very inspiring. A lot of things to read from the writing. The continuation of your deeds. Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu related that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "When a person dies, his deeds are cut off except for three things: from charity whose benefit continues, knowledge that is benefited by, and a righteous son who supplicates for him." Three things. If you die, the second you die, all your good deeds are cut off. All your deeds, are cut off except for three things. The charity that you gave, whose benefit continues, like for instance, you built a well, you gave, you dashed someone the Quran, or you contributed in building a mosque. So long as, or you planted a tree. So long as people continue to benefit from that thing that you did, that reward will keep coming to you. It's like passive income. You are not there, but the money is coming to you, right? The second thing is knowledge that is benefited. That is, maybe you taught someone something and that person continues to use it. Do you understand? Maybe, for instance, you taught someone Ayatul Kursi, right? And that person, you are the source of his knowledge of that Ayatul Kursi. And every time he reads Ayatul Kursi, or every time he makes use of that Ayatul Kursi, you are going to be getting reward from it. And if he teaches it to another person, that same Ayatul Kursi that you taught him, if he teaches it to another person, passive income. Guys, hustle, oh, this type of hustle they good well well. And a righteous son who supplicates for him. You raise a child. People underestimate this. Sometimes we just concentrate on Western education. You will never teach your child anything about Islam, about worship, about importance of parents. Because if you teach a child Islam, they will know the relevance of parents and the importance of praying for your parents. Do you understand? So if you raise a child, a righteous son that prays for you, then that will forever follow you. So from now henceforth, if we have not been doing that, we should look at our children and realize that these children that we are raising could be a source of benefits to us. Be selfish, please. So raise them properly, raise them as righteous children, teach them Allah subhanahu everything about Allah subhanahu. Let them be on the path of Allah so that tomorrow, even if you are no longer there, they will pray for you. How can somebody be praying? If I remember to pray, then I will remember to pray for my parents too now, Abby, as opposed to a child that doesn't even pray, doesn't even go to the mosque, doesn't even learn anything. All they know is being wayward. They are just out there in the world doing confusion stuffs. God forgive me. But you get my point. There is nothing related. You say, this is your religion thing too serious. Unfortunately. So how would somebody like that remember to pray for you? So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us. These are really, really, opportunities for us to make passive income. I call it passive income, but the akhirah kind, where you are no more, but these things are coming to benefit you. So you give in charity that continues to benefit you. You teach somebody knowledge that is benefited by, and maybe you have a school and a righteous son who supplicates for you. Mashallah, by son and daughter, children, all join. Do you understand? Thank you guys for listening. Please, I would love to hear from you too. As you heard my voice, let me read something from you too so that we can interact. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, share, invite others to this channel. I remain Hawali. Bye.